The last intro for today is reserved for someone whose responsibilities include from predictive maintenance and real-time condition monitoring to overseeing a team of artificial intelligence developers and electronic engineers. Sounds like there's a story we need to know. Here's machine learning engineer Lesego Pitsoane.
Afternoon. My name is Lesego Pitsoane, and I am a machine learning engineer at Pitsoane Technology. So, what is machine learning? You would have encountered machine learning, say, on the recommendations that you get from your YouTube subscription or your Netflix subscription based on your previous likes, the movies that you've seen before, the music you've listened to before. There's an algorithm or a program that will then recommend the next best thing to watch. So that's an instance where we encounter machine learning in everyday environment. Take, for instance, if you're a gamer and you decide one late night that you want to use your parents' credit card to unlock another level of your game, you'll find that if there are what we call anomaly detection systems that are built in by the bank, you will be prohibited from proceeding with the transaction because your parents have probably never transacted at that time of the night and they've never, tried to buy a game before. So that's just, I think, an easy way of trying to explain where we interact with machine learning in everyday life. Now, how I work with machine learning on a day-to-day, our company does risk mitigation technology, particularly for the mining sector. We have what we call collision prevention systems, as well as autonomous driving systems, where we build our third-party devices and we fit them onto existing trucks to firstly detect objects around trucks and mining vehicles, because they can be, I don't know if you've seen what a typical dump truck on the mine looks like, but it's pretty huge. And a person standing beside it will not be seen by the operator. So our systems help to pick up all objects around the vehicle. They will then detect what they are, classify if it's a person or another vehicle, and then they will then slow down or stop to prevent an accident or a collision. Now, the detection side of things is done by a team of AI developers, and these guys would typically get data, train that data to say this is a person, this is a monitor, this is a vehicle, and then they would test and simulate all kinds of scenarios and then present a report. I will then look at the report. I will then test some of the assumptions that they would have made to eliminate any biases, to make sure that the system itself can cope with new scenarios. I'll give you an example. There's an underground mine where we deployed these systems, and one of the miners decided to take a nap underground. They took off their hard hat and they laid on the floor, and the system couldn't pick up that it was a person that was actually lying down on the floor. Fortunately enough, that did not lead to a fatality, but it could have. And that's simply because the AI developer did not consider an incident where a person is lying down. All of the scenarios or the models was of a person standing up and working, and did not anticipate that someone could actually lie down underground. So that's what our company does. That's what AI developers do. They try and build systems that are, as the phrase explains, artificially intelligent systems that try to understand the world that they are working in, to perceive as to what they are seeing by the data that's get inputted, and then they're able to make decisions. I come in to teach the system how to learn, how to handle new events, how to handle new occurrences, and that's typically what I do. So in another section or division of our company, so that was risk technology. We've got productive technology. So there it's pretty simple. Because we work in the mining environment where productivity and uptime is absolutely crucial, we monitor plant equipment like gearboxes, motors, pumps to ensure that they operate optimally. But of course, these systems need to be regularly maintained. They need to be taken care of. They need to be well conditioned as well. Our systems would then pick up if something is about to break in a month, in a week. And what I then do is to look at some of the assumptions, once again, that our AI development team has made about, let's say, that particular gearbox. And then I would stress test and ask questions about whether or not they considered different working conditions. So for instance, if they assumed that all gearboxes are in an enclosed area, working at relatively room temperature, and then suddenly we've got a client that's got a plant out in the open with excessive heat, it's important that we can compensate for that, be able to differentiate between heat from the sun and heat from the machine itself. And that's generally what I do on a day-to-day, is I talk to maintenance engineers, mining engineers, electrical and mechanical, to build predictive maintenance modules and systems, as well as mentioned before, for collision prevention. My background or my education, I studied electrical engineering at the University of Johannesburg. I then worked at Eskom. I was in the research and development department, where I was one of the very few guys that had computer programming capabilities. And what would happen in our department is, if anything goes wrong on any Eskom infrastructure around the country, that insulator or that item would be taken to Rocheville and would test it. And once again, I would be the programmer behind it, trying to figure out what happened here and how can the entire Eskom improve on that. As I said, I studied electrical engineering, then went to Eskom, then decided to further my studies in computer science, where I did a master's degree. I also worked at Transnet, doing container tracking down in Durban. And on a day-to-day, I work on all kinds of interesting problems, collaborating with fellow engineers from relatively different fields, and that's my day. So thank you for your attention. Thank you for inviting me to share about a day in my life. Thank you.